White boys need to go back to making whatever the hell this genre is, because music as a whole misses the genre of nu metal. In the late 90s, early 2000s, skating culture was at its peak, and Tony Hawk, he was the guy. He was the guy, and not only was he the guy, but the middle class white boys from the suburbs finally had an identity and an individual that they could align with in mainstream media. As a result, this genre emerged, and it blended elements of metal, hip-hop, rock, grunge, industrial and other genres too, and it was incredibly successful at the time. I pride myself on being a man of culture, and back in the day when you had to flick through the music channels on TV to listen to your favourite songs because YouTube wasn't a thing, I would sit there for hours waiting for the new Limp Bizkit song or the new Papa Roach song, or seeing if Alien Ant Farm have released a new single. Those were the days where you really had to care about the music. But when you dig a little bit deeper, you will realise that this genre was basically built on the backs of white boy frustration. The whole aesthetic was about being a social outcast, being misunderstood, and being angry at a system that wasn't even that bad to you. And the music labels are smart. They noticed this and decided it was time to cash in on white boy rage. So if you had daddy or stepdaddy issues, a bag of Doritos and a skateboard, and you had some shit to say, you could have landed yourself a record deal at the time. But in the year 2025, that level of anger and angst just doesn't hit the same. And people are more socially aware, and if I'm being brutally honest, nobody wants to hear some middle class white boy from the suburbs on a track talking about nobody understands me, nobody loves me. It just don't hit the same. It just doesn't land the same, especially when there are actual problems happening in the world. Now, my theory that I'm going to get into on another day is that a lot of the people who are part of that demographic have now gone on to become Trump and MAGA supporters, but that is a whole nother conversation, and we will have that at a later date. So in the year 2001, if you were a white boy and you wanted to be rebellious and make music, you would start a nu metal band. But in the year 2025, if you are a white boy and you want to be rebellious and start music, you become a rapper. Nu metal's aggressive, in-your-face energy didn't disappear. It just got absorbed into rap culture. The aggression, the moshing, the raw emotion, it's all still there, just with hip-hop beats, 808s, and not the power of chords that you would hear on a nu metal track. Playboi Carti and Travis Scott are the perfect examples of how these genres have melted into one. You can see that they take influences from the world of rock and nu metal.